Hello and welcome to another installment of Channel News. My name is Michael Batman Guy, and currently we are in Terraria because, well, it's a change of scenery for one, and two, this is the game that's got the most things coming. You'll notice that this news update video is actually in replace of an episode of Terraria Family Edition. Partly because we were not able to get together in time to record the next episode. Also, I've got a lot of work to do individually, setting things up. I'll get to that more in a moment. But even my own recording setup is going through some changes, and so we're looking to see just how feasible this is all going to be. It's taking some time to get the next episode up and ready. So I do apologize for the delay in that. But let me return to what specifically is going on here. I started off doing some digging for some more stone because I have an idea for a upcoming project. Digging down in the caverns was a real pain, mostly due to water, and then clearing away some land was also a real pain, mostly due to water. And it leads me to the conclusion that I hate water in Terraria. Plain and simple. Minecraft water is a little weird, but at least it makes sense. It's consistent 99% of the time. Terraria water, I have no idea how it works. It just flows, and supposedly it flows down and fills up, but it never fills like up into other blocks because you can make the little air pockets, and but if you're like filling a space that's off screen, it doesn't seem to affect. Basically, I was trying to empty out this big lake we have here, or not empty out, but just lower the water level. And I kept digging down and digging down, hoping to open up a cavern or whatever for it to pour into. And I succeeded. I found a space to fill up with water, but the water level didn't go down at all. Eventually I had to dig out this block kind of underneath and to the side of empty space, then allow the water to flow in. So something about if it moves into it on its own, it's fine, but if you're like digging as you go and it's filling, it doesn't take the water from someplace, it just duplicates. I don't know. It's way too easy to duplicate, which if that's what you're trying to do, great. That's not what I wanted. Too much water. Too much water. Not enough stone. I'm gonna need a lot of stone because we're running out of space, pretty much. This little house is great. I like how it came together. It kind of grew organically, at least on the inside. So we just kind of added walls and spaces. And we're running out of places for NPCs and places to put our stuff, our trophies and statues and gravestones. Just kind of filling up the place. And so I've decided to build a ginormous castle instead. Kind of in place of it. Yeah, giant castle. That's how it's gonna go. So part of this project is going to be tearing down the current house. I'm sorry, it served its purpose, but it's got to go. And then the next phase, if you will, well, in and alongside of that, we are going to have to make some new, at least temporary rooms for the NPCs. And then my idea is to kind of create 4 different towers. So we've got 4 sections, one for each of us. That way I've got the outline and kind of the skeleton here, which I will finish off in the stone brick. And then everyone else can kind of fill in each of their towers individually and decorate those and personalize it as they see fit. And then the space in between each tower is going to be kind of more community room and spaces, you know, rooms for the NPCs and spaces for a bunch of storage, displaying the statues, and maybe put in some armor stands and so this is going to be a very, very large project. I've already done so much digging gathering the stone and trying to move the water level, because this lake used to be higher up than the base ground level that we have settled at here, which is kind of annoying. So I flattened everything out, made it nice and large, maybe a little too big, but I tried not to go over the lake before, and that was not going to cut it. I could tell that the towers, I wanted to make them a decent width, and then squeezing 4 of them together, and here it just looked a little crowded, just from some initial kind of placing of blocks. So I've got the bare bones now of a much larger castle. Probably not going to go like super high with it, so it's going to be much wider than it is tall. But that's fine. That's fine. In fact, if anybody wants to take their tower even taller, that's okay too. It's going to be up to them. I'm going to see about getting some more playtime here for people a little independently, so it's not going to be quite everything on camera all the time. We're just going to kind of let ourselves mess around and kind of build, and we'll record periodically. So I hope that is not only going to let us progress through the game a little bit more, a little quicker, at least from the perspective of the camera, but it'll also set us up for success later. We still have yet to really conquer any area really beyond the forest. The desert still kicks our butt. Ice biome, since we can only get to the underground in this world, still kicks our butt. I can't even reach the jungle from here. That was pretty scary in the other world. And we're surrounded by corruption on either side of us on the surface, so it's gonna be a while. But yeah, so for next foreseeable handful of episodes, or at least handful of recordings, which is gonna multiply into many episodes, we're gonna be building our castle and getting into the decoration and the creative aspect of Terraria. And then we will return to the adventuring and, of course, the dying. It seems to be a big part of our adventures. But in the meantime, while I'm still figuring all that out, because for some reason unknown, Terraria seems to have some issues with recording, and I only have this issue with Terraria. No other game do I have the microphone suddenly stop being recorded. I don't know what's up. But I'm also starting to take a look at this game. Yes, Stardew Valley. The game that is kind of taking the world by storm, as it were, at least on the internet. A lot of people are falling in love with this game instantly, mostly because it's a twist on many games that people already know and love, and is now available for the PC, and it's done to an even more in-depth degree than I've ever seen before. Very Harvest Moon, Rune Factory-like. The comparison is entirely apt. You are farming, you are raising animals, you are forming relationships with people, and fighting monsters. So very much more like Rune Factory than Harvest Moon itself. You also have a little bit more of a Animal Crossing bent to it, because you can decorate your house and expand it and do all that good stuff. And there's just so much content to it. More just number of fish to catch, number of pieces of decoration. The size of the farm is far larger than any Harvest Moon game that I've ever seen. That alone makes it really intriguing, and of course you can play it on your computer. Eventually, I hear there's going to be some kind of multiplayer component. I'll see about getting into that. But this is a game that I am really excited for, because I do love that kind of gameplay. That's kind of what I tend to do in Minecraft as well. So this is going to be even more of a focused farming, relationship building effort, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So I've just been tweaking with the character creation system a bit, trying to find exactly what I want my person to look like. And then I will be diving into a more sporadic Let's Play of the game coming up. I can't really commit to any particular schedule because I still want to continue with the other games I'm doing, and I don't really have time to add anything on top of that. So I will be playing this when I can, recording all of it. It lends itself very much to an episodic nature, with the work day, as it were, lasting usually 20-25 minutes. And I think I'm just going to just play as I can, record, speak very naturally, and then just put that all up and together as it comes along. So, like I said, no real schedule planned for that. This is going to be kind of a bonus content sprinkled here and there for flavoring. So I think I've rambled on quite long enough. That's everything coming down the pipe. Like I said, everything else, Minecraft still going, Arkham still going. Once I get through Asylum, of course, we'll move on into Arkham City, and we'll see how long that takes and where we will go from there. Anyways, thank you for listening. I hope you look forward to the upcoming content. My name is Michael Batman Guy. I'll see you next time.